Coming up on the next episode of the Celsius Pod.
I'm looking through these things and I randomly see one that's called Stabbin Cabin.
They do not gotta be teenagers. Like, they do not gotta be high schoolers. They could be in their 20s and the story would not change. They straight up just do not have to be high schoolers.
Knocks over our display of apples into the road, outside, everywhere.
Hi guys,
All right,
today
everyone.
Aiden, shut the up.
We already. What happened to the no swearing rule? You broke it in the first 2 seconds.
Today we're gonna have a very depressed episode. This is the depression episode of the Celsius podcast. Nicola's injured. I'm tired after work. Aiden's dead.
Okay, am I not allowed to also be tired after work? Is that not something I'm allowed to do?
Fine. Aiden and me are tired after work. Beck is unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are depressed from being employed, and I'm depressed from being unemployed.
Those are the
you're just stuck.
Those are the two worst things in the world: not having a job and having a job.
And having a job.
So true.
Right.
The weather.
You guys don't know the pain of not having a job.
65.
65. Thank you, Uri. What's today's episode, by the way? Do we even know anymore?
It's 132.
What? Isn't it 131?
No, it's 132.
Oh. We've had a terrible upload schedule recently.
Yeah, we've had a bit inconsistent, but it's going to get back on soon. Actually, I will be leaving the podcast in a couple weeks.
Not forever. For
a couple of months. A couple of months. And then I'll be back. So
really, when we lock it on the
I'm actually really interested to see how the podcast happens with just you three. I'm really interested to see that dynamic.
You've only ever been gone for one episode, and Nicola wasn't there either. It was an Aiden and Beck solo Volume 2 Ruby episode.
No,
it was.
I was gone for the traffic episode. Remember?
You were gone for the traffic episode.
What's the most annoying is that we can no longer force you to edit all the episodes, so we actually have to do that now.
So the job will now go on to Beck, most likely.
Yeah.
Because he's unemployed. And so what will he do?
It's true. It's going to give him something to do.
Yeah, Beck.
Okay, yeah, kind of actually true.
And honestly, I'm excited to see what I think we should. I want to give Beck the opportunity to edit in a new style, so maybe we can have some new growth from a different perspective.
Yeah, I might see. I might cut some episodes down.
Yeah, you might zhuzh it up a bit, you know? I'm excited to see that because Beck is a really good. Beck is actually legitimately. I know I joke a lot with Beck, but he is an actually pretty good editor, and so I am excited to see what he does.
Beck, speaking of editing, you edited episode 130.
I did, so I now understand everything that was happening.
So, do you realize how much of a mess that you made in your own kitchen?
Oh. What I'm noticing is that you were blind watching the video as a reference.
Were you editing the video blind?
I mean, to fit with the challenge, I did it deaf and I did it gagged. So I did the opposite of what I did the first time. I think Nicola's mic is down. He's trying to communicate to us.
Nicola, your mic is down. I don't know what the fuck.
His mic is broken.
So Nicola just cannot talk this episode. He's gonna stay in the background the entire time.
That's fine. We won't need him for a while.
Guys, you know what's my favorite part of the cooking video? The comment that says the best part is how the guy with the headphones was literally talking to people and responding to people in the entire time. This whole video is just one guy cooking normally while two people goof around in the background.
So true. As I was editing, I very much noticed that Aiden was the only one actually cooking.
And me and Beck are just stuck.
Everything. I did literally everything besides you mixing one.
Holy shit! I fixed it. I fixed it, guys. I can speak again. I'm released.
Besides Beck, mixing one bowl and Uri putting something in the oven, nothing else was done by anyone else.
Yeah, I was the videographer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason I was talking to Nicola is because I can kind of read lips and just infer what he's talking about because like I would just like make out the words like mix or like cake or like just normal kitchen words and I'm like, "Oh, do we need to is Beck dying or something?"
I think we gotta do like the true story, the almost true story of Celsius podcast. We gotta do a full watch of the episode while annotating, Celsius podcast, breaking it down.
Breaking
That's a
it
great idea.
down.
We'll do it
Breaking
for
it
episode
down.
140 if we can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
I think we need to do Celsius Olympics too.
Celsius
I'm
Olympics.
not, that's not gonna happen
Becca, you're
anytime
gonna do
soon.
you should do a pole vaulting jump,
We
Pole vault.
should. We should literally.
Holy shit, we're not doing pole
Let me
vaulting.
see how much it is to rent out an Olympic stadium.
We should do, no, we
So
should do
much money.
go-karting. No, we should do go-karting. Whoever has the fastest lap time.
And we're each just having our
Okay.
our own camera POV is just like
Yeah.
I
but
think I have to
racing.
actually communicate to them, being like, "Hey, can we film?"
Yeah, we'd have to act, but like I'm telling you, like it's a racing, like the other racing thing we
do you guys
saw.
want to hear the story of Penis Man today?
Is that a film you're making?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Okay. So today I was at my grocery store, and some
The
guy.
one that you own, right?
Yes, the one I own. So,
Right.
and so some guy came in and said, "There's an older gentleman outside who might have some mobility issues, so he might need some help." And my manager was all like, "Okay, just go out and help." And then this guy who's coming up to like the steps, he has very raggedy clothes, and he's like pushing a cart like with all his might. Like if he doesn't hold onto this cart, he will fall, and his
Right.
pants are falling down. It doesn't feel like his pants are fitting him, and so he says, "Can you pull up my pants?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll pull up his pants." So I pulled up his pants, and so I helped him.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
He said to, and
He said to.
Or
He
I think
said
you were sexually
to.
assaulted.
no, and so I pulled up his pants, and then as I was moving him, like helping him with this cart to sit down, he was like, I do it. He was like being kind of a fucking asshole to me. He was like,
Yeah,
"You fucking
old people are.
yeah." And so I sit like as I'm helping him kind of sit down, his pants kind of just like fall down, and I see his full penis.
28
Oh
years
my
later,
god!
like 28 years later type.
Yeah. And so he sits down. He says, "Get me a cold water." So I go get him a cold water, and then I go back. He says he's fine. So
Are his pants still down while you're
no,
giving him
his
cold
pants
water?
are like
his
lifted up.
penis is
It was
still
only
out?
like a brief flash. I saw his penis, but I saw it. And then
So I think you were sexually assaulted. I don't know why we're running past this.
I don't think I was sexually assaulted. Come on.
Okay.
It would be a most harassment. I didn't, he didn't attack
Well,
me.
you saw it. No,
He didn't
yeah, but flashing, I think, is sexual assault. Am I
I don't
wrong?
think it is. No, assault means an assault has taken place.
Yeah.
Are we really debating the fucking the description of sexual assault on a fucking film and TV podcast, Aiden? Are we really doing that? Are we really
Nothing
doing
matters anymore.
I think,
Okay,
I think
guys,
we are the
so-
perfect people to talk about sexual assault. in
Anyway,
America.
back to
but I have a little bit more to the story. And so, I go in, do my work, and then I come back to see what's happening. Apparently, some customer has helped him, and as the customer is helping him, his pants just fall fully down. You see his ass so much.
Wow.
And this guy gets into a car, and I'm not sure he's safe to drive, but he gets
No,
away.
obviously not.
And so that's my
That's
story.
incredible. Wow.
That's a great story. Talking about driving, though, there was a movie
So
we
I
all
also
thought
have
this
a
was.
retail story. Anecdotal from my sister. But it's the same place that I work at. So here's the story. Now,
Wait, does your
this lady
sister
comes
work
up-
at your job now?
yeah, we both work together.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Keeping it in the family.
basically, this old woman comes up and she's like, "Hello, I would like to do a return." Now, we're a small store. We
Yeah.
don't really do returns. So my sister's like, "All right, we don't really do returns, but I'll hear you out." She's like, "So these cotton pads, I opened it and used one and said, these feel like sandpaper. So I'd like to return them, please." Now, that's not a real reason to return something.
Well, actually, if you go to Costco, you could return anything. Costco would return it for that reason. I'm not even kidding. You could return half-eaten Costco chicken to them, and they will take it and give you a refund.
Costco is like a $1 trillion company.
I'm
They
pretty
can do
sure.
whatever the fuck they
Pretty
want.
sure you also work at a $1 trillion company.
Regardless, that's not a very good reason to return something in any kind of idea. So my sister's like, we can't do this. It's opened, obviously, and I don't think she had her receipt either. So very much that's 2 strikes off against the return policy. So she got mad. She started getting mad. She said, I need to return this. Get your manager. So my sister gets the manager.
You pull the get your manager card?
Of course, everyone does that. Now I'm a manager and I've heard it like 18 times today. It's so nice when people say, "Where's the manager?" and I say, "It's me."
It is
I'm
nice.
the manager.
People don't like that.
Mhm.
Anyway,
I mean, that's a classic
manager.
like Dhar man ass thing, you know? Like,
Yes,
I'm
it is
the
the Dhar man ass
manager.
thing.
But
What would you do?
Anyway, manager comes up and says, "Hey, we won't do a return on this. It's open, and that's not a very valid reason." And the lady, she starts yelling and screaming, saying that she's entitled to her return. She's not leaving without it. And so manager is like, "Please, we're not gonna do this return. I need you to leave my store because you're yelling at me."
You the manager? So why are you saying the manager is like, aren't you the manager?
It's not me. It's one of the other ones.
Okay.
It wasn't his shift. It was not his shift.
Okay.
It's not my shift. I was not there. So, anyways, the lady throws the thing at the manager, and it's like, okay, you're done.
Now you're
Leave the
getting
store
now
now.
you're getting legally removed. The police
Enter
are
the
on the
store
way.
now. And more back and forth. She starts to leave, but tries to leave through the back door. We have 2 doors. There's a back door and a front door. And it's like, no, you can't leave through the back door. You need to leave through the front now. And she insists that she has to leave through the back until finally she leaves through the front door, and on her way out knocks over our display of apples into the road, outside, everywhere, as one last fuck you.
Like purposefully, or like she wasn't paying attention. She just
Purposefully.
I don't think you can accidentally push over a crate of apples.
In addition, she also
I
pulled
don't know how old is the.
She also pulled the "Stop Touching Me" card, where no one was in physical contact or even close enough to have done that.
Yeah.
So,
How old was she? You said like older woman. I was thinking like
Like
80 years old.
maybe, I'm not sure.
You guys have security
she's
cameras? Let's blast her ass,
We
you
don't
know?
have
Pull up
security cameras.
pull up that
unfortunately.
footage.
Literally,
The blacklist her from the store.
every
Sure.
fucking
She's not
corner,
allowed in the store
Watch
anymore.
the woman.
every fucking corner in my store has a camera.
At Safeway, I'd hope so.
Yeah. Don't
Again, you are a $1 trillion company, so
pretty small store though compared to like other Safeways in the area.
Your local Safeway. This weekend, I went to Sonoma for 4th of July, and they had a big parade. And it's really funny because I mean, like most of the people at the parade are like the local school or for some reason there was just a marching band from Wisconsin there. I don't know what they were doing at Sonoma on 4th of July. They were just there. And then there's like local detailers, the local restaurants there, and then just one Safeway. There was just a Safeway. They just decided to also just advertise there.
Oh, I did see this on like the board. It said, like booth at Sonoma thing. Will Safeway have like a booth there? And it said like,
Yeah.
or it said, yeah, we're participating or
Yeah.
something.
Safeway, because it's your local Safeway, I guess. But
Yeah.
of course.
anyway, yeah. But that's a little.
Well, it
that's
was
my.
the 4th this weekend. How did we celebrate our
It was
American
the
pride?
4th. I had a
I went
beer
jet
and I sat by
skiing.
the pool.
I literally didn't do anything because all of my friends were busy.
Yeah. Literally,
Oh,
my friend texted me
wait,
the night
actually-
before.
Actually, I had Sydney Sweeney Baskin Robbins ice cream.
That is true.
Nice.
The overpriced, shitty
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yep.
I
I
assume.
guess that
What
was
about you,
I
Ari?
assume-
What did you do?
I went to work. Yeah. And then I watched like I don't know if I logged it, but I watched like what was it? Oh yeah. I didn't log this down, but I rewatched the Simpsons movie. And
That's a good movie.
yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like a nice. I think it's like I really like it. It's like it's like a memory from childhood. It's like one of my childhood movies. Even though I didn't watch a lot of The Simpsons during the childhood, but I remember this movie because I like saw it in theaters or something. And no, it was like it's a really like kind of like fun movie. It's like it feels like it's interesting because I feel like a lot of when shows move to movies, there's always kind of a hard disconnect between the two. And because
Yeah.
like you're thinking, is this just a longer episode or is it like a full movie? Because it needs to be like a full movie, but also keeping the same spirit. But it needs to have stakes because movies, unlike TV shows sometimes, movies need to have stakes because we only have a limited amount of time with the characters,
Yep.
whereas TV shows we can build the story, and so they do a good thing of
Yeah.
having at least for a TV show where like the canon changes every episode. They have a good story for the stakes of this movie. Like Homer's like being kind of kicked out of the family a bit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading a screenwriting book on TV writing right now, and they definitely go into it is very, very different writing for TV. Like the rules apply so differently. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a different format.
And you know,
Yeah.
Aiden, you watched the Bob's Burgers movie, right? It's almost like
Yeah.
from the changing from the animation show, from the TV show to the movie, it almost like they come like almost 3D texture. Like their texture becomes
Yeah.
different from
Well,
like
they have
moving.
shadows.
Yeah, they have shadows. Exactly. And it's like kind of weird to see them in this new like light, you know?
Yeah, I think for Bob's Burgers it looks a little better than The Simpsons because
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers already has a really unique.
Yeah, I mean
Kind
it's
of
also more
design.
recent, you know, the
That's
Bob's
true.
Burger movie.
I think for the Simpsons movie it does kinda lose me near like when they get to Alaska.
I can see that. I
When
can
they get to
definitely see that.
Alaska up until after the VHS scene,
Yeah.
it kind of loses me. But that's like a major part of the movie. Pretty much just Homer's character arc is what loses me.
Oh yeah, but I think they pull it back at least for the end part. You know,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what.
no, I think the end is very good.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that. Beck, you
Yeah.
do anything for the 4th?
I went jet skiing.
Jet
It's like
skiing?
always
That's
been on
really.
my
That's kind of random.
it's always been on my bucket
Very
list to go
patriotic.
jet skiing. So
You have a bucket list?
my friend, yeah.
You
It's
like?
like
Are you one of those fucking losers who actually has a fucking bucket list? Like,
there's
come on.
like 4 things on there. It's jet skiing, like skydiving, and like make a movie. But like
I do want to go.
but
I
jet
actually
skiing was on there.
Beck, I do want to fucking go skydiving. Like, I actually seriously really
The
want.
1 million.
Definitely.
Well, guys, we're
1
so
million.
We
close.
do have to. We are doing it. We're not.
1.5% way there. Guys, when we hit 1 million, Aiden legally has to go skydiving with us.
We gotta
It's
put
gonna
this.
be
We gotta
That
put
is
this in
true.
paperwork, man. We gotta put this in
Except you
paperwork.
do know the first time we go skydiving, we'll all have to be strapped to people. We're not able to just
Yeah.
free for all.
Okay, yeah, but like imagine the Celsius.
So
Pod
no,
skydiving
here's what
should
we
be so
do.
great.
We do before the official episode, we do it once, so we're strapped to everybody. Then when we do it for the official episode, then we're all free to do it.
No, because
No,
I'm not doing it twice.
God damn it.
I don't think we're paying to do it twice. That
Okay,
would not be worth
I
it.
gotta figure out how to do it first, so I'm the only one that's free falling. I'll have one of you guys strapped to me.
We gotta play the
I
song.
wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but let's kind of change up. Beck, give us some of your singles.
I have 2 singles. First, Hangover 3. I realized like I don't know, was it like 2 months ago or something?
That's like
where I,
that's like
watched
the worst
first-
Hangover.
I still liked it. I mean,
Actually, no,
I
2.
was
I
like,
find
it's
2
like
to
a
be the
fun
worst.
movie.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like they lose kind of steam after the first one. You know, definitely.
I get that, yeah. But I still think they're all really funny and just an entertaining good time.
What's interesting about the third
Um,
Hangover is that they kind of totally remove the focus to like Ken Jeong's character,
Yeah.
and that's kind of crazy.
It is really funny how they keep losing the same guy every single time.
Yeah.
Wait, wait, Ken Jeong is in the other movies?
Yeah, he's like a big part.
He's like the main antagonist of 3.
And he's like a supporting character in the other.
I've only seen the first one. He's such a minor. I mean, he's pretty major, I guess, near the end. But like,
no, he comes back in a big way. He's like the fourth main character.
Yeah.
Really?
It's kind of
Four
crazy
main
how they just
A
changed
group
it up.
of 4 characters.
Yeah.
I don't. Well,
Um,
here's the thing. Do they have a baby in 2 and 3?
No, but we
the
do see
baby
the
is
grown
like
up.
such a big part of it. I feel like.
We see the grown up baby in 3 though.
How long in the future is it?
I don't know, like 3 years.
Well, it's just a grown
So
up
they're
baby.
like 4.
That's not really
Yeah,
grown
the
up.
baby's like
but
4.
you said grown up like I thought 20 years? No way,
No,
20
no.
years they did the 20 years later hangover.
I mean, the baby is like walking and talking.
Oh. What else? Beck.
The
They do
other thing
that.
I watched Past Lives.
Oh.
And I did not find it that interesting.
I haven't seen
just
it.
kinda
I've
felt-
heard it was like at least good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it got like a ton of Oscar noms, but for me, it just kind of felt like boring and like nothing really happened. Like, here's the movie.
You
These
could
2
even
people,
say nothing
they were
ever
like
happens.
when they were 8, they were like, "Wow, I'm in love with you." And then jump 12 years and they talk to each other and they say, "No, we can't do this. I need to focus on studying." Then jump another 12 years and they're married. And the girl has a husband, and then she meets the guy again, and then the husband is like, "Do you like this guy?" And he's like, "No." And then I don't know.
I
It only
think-
really got interesting when the husband love triangle thing happened, but that's like the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, I haven't seen it, but it was supposed to be a kind of a meditation and how kind of like love lingers throughout like your life.
Yeah.
And I understand that that might not work for some because I think her movies, and we're going to get into this when we get to watch Materialist, because I think her movies are kind of Celine Song, very kind of slow, kind of like grounded human pieces. And if you're not into kind of like that type of genre, it will be very hard because like I don't think
Yeah,
movies are
it was very slow.
yeah. Nicola, any singles?
I don't think I got any singles. Let me check my letterbox.
Nicola, are you still watching fucking what is it? House?
No. I haven't had time to watch anything. No, I have no singles.
Beck, remaining singles. What else do you have?
I mean, I've mostly just, in terms of shows, rewatching My Hero.
Why are you rewatching My Hero Academia?
Because
Why
the
you
final
suck?
season comes out in October. So I want to get fully caught up. Well, not fully caught up, just like rewatch it so I re-understand it. Yellow Jackets season 2 came out on Netflix, so I'm watching that. And then I'm on the final season of Dragon Prince, which I think I talked about on the podcast like a year ago. And I got like 4 seasons in, and now I'm just knocking out the last 3.
So Beck, I have a question. As someone who doesn't watch,
Nicola,
anime.
Don Don, did you watch the episode?
Oh shit, I did watch. Season 2 of Dawn to Dan is out, so I watched the first episode. And it takes place basically exactly where season 2 left off. And the issue is that now that I've read the manga and I've caught up for at least part 1, it's pretty faithful to the manga, and I mean it's good. So you guys should keep watching it.
Guys,
One point I always gotta say whenever I'm talking about Dan to Dan though, one thing I always hate, they do not gotta be teenagers. Like they do not gotta be high schoolers. They could be in their 20s and the story would not change. They straight up just do not have to be high schoolers.
Guys, I have a really good idea for one for your special in the future.
Okay, hold on. That's not the transition I want to hear.
No,
yeah,
I'm just,
this sounds like we're this sounds pretty
pretty sus. No, I was just on my phone. And I was like, wait, guys, what if for an episode we hire a professional cuddler?
Oh, I did see that also. I don't want to do that.
No,
No, yeah, I don't think so.
No, because
You wanted the Celsius Pod anime.
The Celsius Pod cuddles.
I don't know what I would have to teach you guys. I don't know what the process for lonely guys like you are.
Wait, Aiden, are you a professional cuddler?
No, but I am a professional matchmaker.
Let's talk about materialists.
Yeah.
So the other Celine song movie that we all saw,
That
and we
this
all gave it
sucked
the
ass,
same
yeah.
score of 3 out of 5. I think the best way is for each one of us to give a little like our own kind of thoughts about this movie and maybe some discussion. I guess I'll start. For me personally, I think I enjoyed it more than at least Beck and Nicola, because I know me and Aiden were a little more enjoying it, and
Yeah.
and I thought Dakota Johnson did a great job in the movie. I liked her as a lead actress. I want to see her do some more fun stuff, and because she's a really good comedic actress, but I feel like she does more like drama roles, and I don't know if that's her best suit because she's good, but I
She
enjoyed the
sucked in
movie.
this movie.
What? But I
Sorry,
mean,
while we're on,
I mean, yeah, she's like her character was like kind of like assholey, but I like the performance of the character.
no, I'm saying the performance sucked. It
I
was
like the
so
performance.
dry.
I
It
liked
was
it.
so
She's like a dry
two
wit.
people cannot be matchmaking. The
I
math
liked it.
doesn't compute. The math doesn't lie. I don't love you. You
That's
don't
just
love
kind of
me. I hate you because I'm broke.
I
It's like
liked it.
that's
I liked it
no.
because like
Um,
that's just the dry wit of Dakota Johnson, and I enjoy that.
I think that's
Here's
just
the
all she can
problem
do with
I
her
had
acting.
with it. The
Um,
problem I had with it was I watched Past Lives the night before and I didn't like that. And this kind of just felt like Past Lives.
yeah, I
It
could
was
see
very
that.
similar to Past Lives. So
think-
I felt like I was kind of watching the same movie 6 hours apart.
Yeah, I
You
can
know?
see that, but I enjoyed it, like, sort of just, like, on the idea of, like, a romantic drama. It wasn't, like, what I thought it was gonna be, and that was kinda disappointing, but I enjoyed it more because like, the trailers kinda promoted it as, like, a love triangle, which it's very much not.
No, it's not. I don't know if Chris
It's
Evans and
not.
Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal talk for more than one scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, there's literally only that one scene in the server.
yeah, and
No, it wasn't even
honestly
that. It was in the bar. It was just a bar, and I think that's it. They didn't really
honestly
talk when he was a server.
yeah,
Mm.
but and honestly, I personally
Fuck,
thought
holy shit.
I personally
Okay.
thought Pedro Pascal was very much miscast in this role. Like Pedro Pascal should do like dirtier roles. Like I think his character was too nice in this movie. I think an actor who needs to be like he plays like more dirty like guys, like more rough guys. That's more of a Pedro Pascal character. This guy was way too clean for Pedro Pascal. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like he brought the right type of energy to this character. So I think he was miscast. Evans was fine. You know, honestly, I think it's not a very hot take, but I'm not a very big fan of Evans' post-career, post-Marvel.
I mean, this was basically the character he played before he was Captain America. So he's basically just gone back to the same types of characters.
Yeah. He was fine. I guess it's just a personal preference. I did like Dakota Johnson. I thought the one element that I wish they just leaned into more in like, are you gonna do this thing or that thing? But when they did have the like sexual assault, I thought that was really interesting, but they didn't lean into it at all. It just felt like kind of pushed.
It felt like it was only some type of like it ends with us.
I don't know. Nicola, if you were trying to say something smart, go for something a bit more funny.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I cannot remember anything that happened in that movie. And I think it's probably just because I'm in so much pain right now. But
Beck
I
or
straight
Nicola,
up
do you
do
have any
not
like
remember anything that. But my one thing to say about it is that I just straight up do not remember like anything that happened in that movie.
Aiden?
So I want to talk about my thoughts on this movie because I did enjoy watching it for the most part, but I also think that it was kind of dumb for a lot of it. So basically, Dakota Johnson falls in love with Pedro Pascal because he's rich and tall and perfect. And she broke up with Chris Evans because he's perfect, but he also has no money. But Pedro Pascal has money. So, but then they're in love. But actually, Dakota Johnson says we're not in love, and Pedro Pascal's like, "What do you mean we're not in love?" And she said, we were never in love. It was all
The
fake.
financials don't make sense. The math isn't
It
mathing.
doesn't make
Oh my
doesn't
God, they
make
bring up
sense.
math so
Guys,
much in this
love
movie.
has to be on the table, guys.
It has to
Yeah,
be
but-
on the table. It's a
But
transaction.
numbers don't lie.
There's money
Numbers
and
don't
money.
lie.
And he's just too perfect for her. And then she goes to Chris Evans and she's like, "I'm too perfect for you, Chris Evans, because I'm a piece of shit." and she says all this in the last 3 minutes, and then they get married. But we forgot about the rape part, or that was also in the movie.
I mentioned that.
That comes back. Yeah. So I just the movie was kind of like there was no reason for us to like think that her and Pedro Pascal were not like a good couple, because the entire movie they're presented as like perfect.
Yeah, I think
right up until she's like, we were never in love, but then it's like, that's just, why are you coming out of nowhere with this?
that is true. I would say that honestly, it has some. I think my biggest problem. I know the movie is trying to say like we've become so materialistic in our like journey for love, where it should just be this kind of simple thing. But I think the plot is just too thin, narrative wise, for anything to
Yeah.
justify that long of a story.
Yeah.
Could have been a short film.
It could have. I don't know. I thought it was very, very middling.
Beck.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fine movie. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's nothing to write home about, you know?
Write home about like the movie Home.
Do you not know that
I
expression,
hate,
Uri?
I hate that movie. Let's
I've
talk
never-
about Rick and Morty.
Let's talk about Rick and we've
I
we've
watched
kind of
this one.
we've laxed
Yeah,
a bit.
there are 4 episodes, Beck.
I watched
See,
one of them.
We're not going to talk about all 4. But we'll just
I
roughly.
want to talk about at least.
I'll talk about.
I'll talk about here. Do you want to take 4 and 5, and then I can take 6
What was
and
4 and
7?
5? What was 4 and 5?
4 was the Easter one. 5 was the one where they're trying to steal the money.
Yeah, but can I just have like can we just have like a little bit? I want to discuss a little bit just the arcs of Rick and Morty and how the state of Rick and Morty is now.
Yeah.
So what I'm kind of getting from this season, it feels very Aiden like kind of season 6-ish, you know? Like not bad, but pretty like consistently pretty good, but nothing like amazing, I think. It's like how I think it is. Like I thought if I were to rank the seasons, I personally go 2, 3, 7, 1,
8, 6, 5, 4. No.
Yeah, I'm not counting 8 yet because it's not over.
Oh, okay.
6,
Yeah.
5, 4. 4 is the weakest season. Yeah.
Of course.
But I would say what's interesting is that I like to do some writing just on like movies. Like I'm interested in film theory, so I like to write a lot. And what I wrote down is like there's very much distinct eras of Rick and Morty that we can track, internalize like in terms of the real like world of Rick and Morty, and also kind of like outside things like the Justin Roiland firing that affect kind of the show. And we're kind of at a very interesting point in Rick and Morty history where it's kind of left the cultural zeitgeist, but it's still consistently pretty good because I think people now that Justin Roiland's gone, they kind of wrote off Rick and Morty. But logistically, it's still a really good show, and this season is showing that they're still putting out pretty good content for Rick and Morty. And if you watch season 1, 2, or even 3, the show is drastically different than season 8. It's crazy how different the arcs are. Like on season 8, you get a little bit of them ribbing at Jerry, but season 1, 2, and 3 was a lot of just attacking Jerry, whereas now Jerry has become like kind of like a suitable, confident figure, and you can see how every character in this show has had kind of like an arc. Which I'll talk about in 5. So 5, I found I think was my favorite episode of the season so far because it was such a fun concept that it was kind of like Aliens in a bit, but it was also kind of like I don't know the movie Passengers maybe I don't know something about because they were pretending to be Rick and Morty. They found like a space colony and they were pretending, but then all of them woke up and they pretended to be like some of them. And then Rick has like parents because they think their child grew up in he aged in like the cryo tube. And Morty is like living down with like the below people, and he starts a rebellion. And Rick, as he is abrasive in this episode, but he is the most nice you'll ever see him in this episode. Like
the whole series, I think it's the most nice he's ever been.
because he actually really bonds with like his pseudo parents, and and that definitely fills in like lore that he must have had not a good relationship with his own parents, and
Yeah.
and so I found that really compelling. I like Morty's
I really
arc.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the line from Rick where like, be kind to people, Morty, and people will be kind back. Show a little compassion. It's like you would never have ever said that ever. Why are you?
So they were they were nice to me, so I was nice back, Morty.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly kind of really impressed by how they managed to take the show's direction. Like, obviously, they're not going to do plot continuity. They're going to do like one plot episode a season.
The final. Yeah, for the finale, they'll do a plot episode, and
honestly,
it'll
they
probably be
might
really banger.
Yeah, honestly, but maybe I really hope the plot of episode of the season wasn't the Citadel one.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
It might be.
There's hardly anything there.
Yeah, but no, it's consistently really good. So the Easter episode was fun. It was like, okay, we got a little Easter episode. Jerry became the Easter egg. Nothing much. 5 really good. So and then 6. Before you talk about 6, I just want to say I'm actually really enjoying the character arcs of Space Beth and Beth, because now we're no longer using Beth and Jerry's marriage as a plot device, and now we're getting to develop them as their own characters, and Space Beth as their own characters, and in conjunction with each other. I like how they're both characters, and we're developing how they are interacting with each other, and like
I like how similar they are despite being so different.
yeah,
Like they still have the same kind of troubles and same kind of mentality, even though they're like just technically completely different characters.
And what's really cool is that I think this is just kind of a general theme of Rick and Morty. The fact that, Space Beth is apparently the Beth who got to like live out in space. But a big theme of this show is that when you get what you want, it's not always what you want. And like you're always gonna fall like Rick said as soon as he gets to kill Rick Prime, he can finally start living his life. And he did it, and that's it, You just kind of like people always think the grass is greener on the other side when it's never that case, And that's a big theme of the show. So talk about 6 and 7 if you want.
Yeah, so I do want to say I really liked episode 4, the Jesus episode. I thought it had a lot of funny moments in it. I think the opening like 5 minutes is like some of the funniest Rick and Morty's been for a while. So then episode 6, both Beths pretend to be or like make themselves 10 again, and they fuck shit up, and then Jerry, Beth, Morty, and Rick all go to human space park,
Earthworld.
Rick is up the Earthworld, and Rick is upset that it doesn't suck anymore. While everyone else goes around and Morty gets touched by Kate McCucci. And that whole B plot's very fun. Danny DeVito has a cameo in this episode. His character's funny. But I think that they do a very good job of like these two B plot, the A and B plot seem kind of like dumb, or like they don't really seem to connect very well, and Rick just kind of has to leave the B plot at a certain point to go rekindle with the Beths. But I think that they both, like, the Beths want to go back to a time that was good, and then Rick wants to go back to a time that was also good for him, which was like the shitty amusement park, and then for the Beths was like when they were children.
Thematic connection.
There's a little bit of thematic connection there, is them trying to go back to something else that made them happier.
And
but
can
at
I
the end of
say,
the episode,
I love Gene. I love Gene as a
I love
character.
Gene too, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say that.
He's very normal, but is also like super up for all the antics, I guess.
Yeah.
I was legitimately worried for him in this episode. I didn't want him to die. Good thing he didn't. But the end of the episode was very nice and very sweet. The Beths make Rick like literally like 700 years old, and they all start crying because he like says how much he loves them.
And they do this really cool like plot reveal that he says, well, at least to them, my Beth died. And so they've never heard that.
Yeah.
Because they know, no, this Rick, he didn't get to have a Beth, you know? He would have stayed if his Beth lived, you know? But yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's nice. It was a nice ending, and they all make up and they're happy. And then I don't know. That one was good. And then Ricker Than Fiction episode 7. I really liked this episode. This one
was
might be
good.
my favorite of the season.
Yeah, I was surprised by how much they did this at the exact right fucking time.
Right time.
The Superman
Yeah, they
movie.
timed it right for the Superman release, which was crazy.
Yeah.
James Gunn is the main villain of this episode, voiced by himself, which is very funny.
And Zack
And they
Snyder was
also
in the-
got
Zack
they got
Snyder.
Zack Snyder to also voice
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
So this episode is both about like fans saying that they're better than the writers and like they can do better, which I think is one, just a general kind of idea, and two, very like Rick and Morty has that too, right? Like for the past like 5 seasons, people are like, oh, we could do Rick and Morty better. To just get it out of the hands of whoever's. So it's one, partially that, and then two, partially talking about AI and generative AI in writing. With its very obvious writing AI machine.
Yeah.
So I like all the things that are related to that. I like the fake movie that they end up in. It's a very funny episode. James Gunn is a very, very funny character to have in this, especially with just like his role in the story, trying to steal the copy of the movie that Rick and Morty wrote because it was so good. And I do like how, like, with James Gunn being like such a high power in Warner Brothers, that like he can show up in these things and like be the face, because no one wants Zaslav in their fucking show. And like James Gunn is like more of an iconic Warner Brothers higher up, I think.
Also, he's like the type of guy who'd be down for this to voice.
Yeah. I mean, he did it in Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And he's doing it here now. I don't know.
But
I thought that episode was really good.
Yeah, it was good, but I felt like almost the style of James Gunn drawn in the episode was kind of different, like than the rest of Rick and Morty a bit. Like he was almost more animated.
It's because he was a celebrity.
Yeah. We have Rick and Morty doing pretty consistently well.
What is it? Three more episodes?
Yeah, should be. Excited to see where it goes. I'll talk about The Bear now.
Okay.
So The Bear season 4 came out, and so what's interesting is that they didn't get a lot of promotion, whereas season 3 had more promotion. And what's interesting, so they have been announced for season 5, which was kind of disappointing because, like, I really felt the story could have ended after season 4, but the way they leave the season was kind of an interesting way that I do think. I mean, just in general, I do think it's like the weakest season, but story wise, it's probably season 3 that's the weakest. Season 2 was the best season by far. Performance is still very good, but do you ever get like a sense that when characters continue like in the same traits, I wouldn't say they're flanderized, but their traits are overpronounced. Like The Bear is a very sentimental show, but this season was like over sentimental with how much they talk about, like, remember that? And like, just like, hey, you must create good opportunity, remember? And like, I know it's a good show. It's a very heartwarming show, but sometimes it's a bit much to take. And like, I know it's kind of weird to have your final episode of a season called goodbye if you're not like fucking ending the show. But
yeah, that's fair.
But that's fine. Plot wise, I think they further advanced. Season 3 felt like half a season expanded into a full season. Well, this season feels more like a full season. There's more story going on. They do some interesting stuff with the restaurant, and I think it's overall just a more hopeful season because the idea season 1 was building up the restaurant. Season 2 was like, well, I mean, season 1 was like kind of introducing us to the world. Season 2 was building up the restaurant. Season 3 was where Carmen kind of took our main character Carmen took a dark turn as he like kind of became the villain of the restaurant. But then season 4 is him trying to become back to the more hero side and discover who he is outside the kitchen. as they have more terrible reviews, and they have now a ticking clock on how long the restaurant has before they run out of money. And so it does bring a nice, cool deadline element to the season. But they leave off some interesting stuff. They still do some interesting. Obviously, it's an incredibly well crafted show. Like, it's incredibly well crafted to the minute, to the sound. The sound design on the show is off the wall crazy. Cinematography amazing. Just their cuts, everything about the show, like about at least the cinematography wise, like the editing wise, phenomenal. But it just has kind of like, I don't know, it feels like it's missing a little bit of the magic that was going on in like season 1 or season 2, where like I feel like they kind of further stray away. Like, things that should just be one scene are just like full episodes. And like they have the episode where just one of the main characters, Sydney, was just talking to her cousin about like, because she's having like a big issue like deciding which restaurant to stay, and she's just talking to her cousin the whole episode. It's like, it's a good episode, but I feel like could have been achieved in like 1 or 2 scenes, not a full episode. And I don't know, I'm having a little bit of a rough time just adjusting to the new season. And just, so Nicola's just gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He got he
my
got
God.
he got
Turn the lights
for the
off.
Slenderman. Turn the lights off. Carry me on and on and on.
Anyway, and so like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I'm really wondering what other narratives they can take without running in circles for season 5. And I think that will be the last season, because there's no fucking way you can get to season 6 with this shit. No fucking way. But yeah, no, it was a good season, but it's kind of disappointing when you feel a show kind of loses the plot, you know? It kind of
Yeah.
feels like it lost the plot a little bit. Yeah. So that's just the bear. I don't. That's quickly I wanted to talk about, but because what's interesting is that I managed to cover season 2, season 3, and season 4 on this podcast.
That is pretty impressive.
But yeah, because I think we covered season 6, season 7, and season 8 of Rick and Morty. I think we covered
so.
season. Yeah.
Oh wait, you're reminding me. When does Solar Opposites final season come out?
Somewhere
Do
in
you
the
remember?
summer season. I think it was like late July, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I guess. I shoot. Beck and Aiden, do some doubles. Well,
All right, so
yeah, we
the
have
other day-
3.
the other day, me and Beck, we thought of something else. I said, Beck, you've got a bunch of DVDs that you can't watch. I have a proposition for you. I bring a DVD player over, and you get to choose that we're watching. With the stipulation that we double feature Muppets Take Manhattan along with it.
So
that
I
was
picked
the-
the film Stabbin Cabin,
So
and then we found out it was
picked the
15
film-
minutes.
So we'll come back to that, because there's a much more
Yeah.
pressing issue with that. So first we watched Muppet Takes Manhattan. This is my favorite Muppets movie. It's phenomenal. I cried, and then Beck gave it 3 stars. The same he gave for The Materialists, of course. So he equates those 2 movies to be the same thing.
Aiden.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
I
that's
can shit
definitely how
on Beck
rating
a lot.
systems work.
I can shit on Beck a lot, but I can't in good conscience defend that just because 2 movies have the same rating doesn't mean they're the same in quality. I can't defend that
Yeah.
stance.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
They're on very different rating scales.
but I'm noticing you didn't give it a like either.
Okay, that Beck. That is kind of
I'm lying. I'm trying to make him seem like a worse
I
person
did
than he isn't.
I have it open on my phone. I look over and I am immediate.
I like how you can lie to Beck and he'll believe that he did the thing.
Yeah.
It was a long night of movies. I don't fully
Okay,
remember writing that
Talk about
review.
why you don't like that movie. Go talk about it.
I don't know.
You don't know? Is that the fucking
I just-
peak of your commentary? Come on, Beck. I'm over here talking about narrative circles.
Well, I would talk about narrative circles of like movies that I like care about, but I mean,
Okay,
this
so
one
you
it kind
don't
of
care
felt like
about
not a
Mother
lot
Say Manhattan.
happened.
What do you mean
Yeah,
not a lot
I
happened? They took Manhattan, bro.
They took it
Yeah.
back.
Okay, you
Beck,
can't you,
don't-
you
Beck,
can't
don't
just
you
say they took
understand?
Manhattan.
Yeah, what I'm confused.
Okay,
as
like
to
there
why
were
you're-
definitely like really good like memorable individual scenes, but I feel like other than that, like the big plot wise was not really a thing, you know?
That's why I like this movie. It's so grounded. It's
Yeah, like I
don't
liked
know.
like the restaurant scene and the rollerblading scene. Like there were like individual scenes that I really like, but I don't think like the movie together as a whole is better than the some of its parts, you know?
Sure. That's how Whiplash is.
Really?
So
You like the
yeah.
individual scenes, but I think it's definitely greater than the sum of its parts.
So then here's my
Okay.
thoughts on Rango. Rango was pretty good.
You've seen Rango, right, Ari?
I've actually haven't seen Rango, and I really want to see
Oh
Rango.
my!
I actually have
You
not.
haven't seen the best Western ever made?
It's not the best Western ever made.
Come on, Beck.
I've only ever seen like 3 Westerns.
You should
It's
see more.
good.
It's
It's
definitely a very good Western.
It's pretty good. It's not like everything that like it like I thought this would like bring the dead back to life because of what I've heard of this movie, but this movie is just like
Honestly, you're right, Aiden. I have heard this fucking movie gassed up so fucking much.
beyond anything else that I've ever heard. I don't know. I've heard Rango get gassed up so much, and it's just like pretty good. It's not bad by any means, but there's a lot more that it could have done. I don't know. I liked it though, at the very least.
What a
All right, well, let's talk about the.
Now we
Now
can
that
talk about
Nicholas
the
back, we
good
can talk about the
things.
major.
Now we can
events.
talk about the
F1.
actual good
No.
things.
We need to
Talk
talk
about
about a
F1.
film
No, we
that
do need to
wasn't
get
even on Letterboxd.
we need to get mine out of the way so I
Alright.
can go to sleep. We're
Yeah.
getting mine out of the way so I can go to sleep.
Well, me and
Okay.
Uri can talk about life as. Oh, well, no, we'll end with Stabbin Cabin because it's so important.
Yeah.
And I will try to
Alright.
watch Life of Chuck before next episode.
Yeah.
Are we not talking about Life of Chuck?
Well, I mean, if Nicola's leaving.
No,
No,
but
he wants
honestly,
to
wait,
talk about
Beck,
Life of
Beck.
Chuck.
Okay, yeah.
We'll wait for you. We'll do it next week. We'll do it.
Okay. So F1 is a
Sometimes I'll
movie.
come and see it with you, Beck.
Do not talk about F1 again, bro.
We didn't talk
We
about it last
haven't
week.
talked about
talk about
F1. We literally haven't.
You didn't?
No,
Well,
we
we
did
didn't.
because
Oh.
you both wanted to
You
rewatch
didn't-
it. You both rewatched.
Oh.
So we didn't get to fucking
This
talk
guy.
about it.
Anyway. So
We've
I
already
rewatched
talked
this-
about it enough normally. I forgot we didn't talk about it on the podcast.
So
Nicola,
anyway,
talk about F1.
so the movie I watched it 2 times, once with you guys, once with my mom in IMAX. It's a good movie. I liked it. It's a lot better when you're in a theater with other people who like F1 instead of 4 filmmakers who are in film wannabe filmmakers who just critique every little thing.
I mean,
I don't think we were. When did we critique every little thing? I feel like we didn't do that.
So anyway,
I mean, I
here's-
did.
can you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep. So so the movie happens and then that's good. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Goodbye.
Is that all you're
it?
fucking saying about F1?
I'm in so much pain right now and I am so tired. I am going to sleep. I'm
Alright,
actually
bye,
not
Nicola.
good at
That's
all.
a serious
All
wrap with
right,
Good night.
Nicola.
bye.
Okay, so F1 was very much a movie where they drove a car.
It was
Because
Top
they
Gun
drove the
Maverick
car.
with cars.
Can
It was
I?
only good because they drove the car. And
Can I-
every time they tried to do a sincere story thing, it was not very interesting.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
be
they
honest.
nailed the arrogant like guy who like doesn't listen to anyone else and then just does his own thing and does cool stuff. I feel like they very much pulled that off very well.
They pulled it off well because
Um,
it was just a trope. It's just a fucking.
Yeah, it's a trope, but I like it. I like that trope. That they do like the same thing in a bunch of other movies, and I think like I don't know, it's like not like It's not a good thing that he's doing it, but it looks cool doing it.
Honestly, I would say this. I think it's like on a cinematography level, it's a little colorless, which is I think in a sport like racing, you'd want more color. I think that's my one of my critiques of the movie. It felt like I really hate that a lot of movies just feel gray nowadays, you know?
It is definitely very gray.
It's such a gray movie, but honestly, but like at least they do something really impressive is that you actually do get the feel of what it's like to be in an F1 car, which is the highest proponent of the movie. That you get to feel like it's how what's like to be in an F1 car because you're kind of like seeing like it's basically if you're playing like Mario Kart and you got to see them like do the thing and it's basically like that. And I think the racing in this movie really great, and I thought it was really cool that they had Lewis Hamilton and Mark Verstappen in the movie, but they're just kind of like
Well, Lewis
background.
Hamilton made the fucking movie.
He executive produced, yeah. But I think it's really cool where you can have kind of like stories in the sports world, and you can get like athletes to be in the movie.
Get the actual athletes.
You can be the actual athletes, but they're just like kind of secondary to like the fictional characters, and that's really cool because they do appear on the podiums. But the story is much more about like how to get the racing of Sonny and like
they probably used like just real podium footage from that.
yeah.
Cause like when there's like the podium and like none of like the characters actually made the podium. They were probably just like, hey, we'll just throw a random one in there.
Yeah. But no, honestly, I quite enjoyed like just it's a very fun movie. It's Nicola will probably gas it up, but it's like narrative wise, like there's not a lot going on. Like guy who they has very much the trope like old city slicker, like he's like, what does he know? He's just from dumb America. He's from Daytona. Who cares about that? And then shows them all up. It's a very classic type of thing,
Yeah, like the old guy proving the arrogant youngster wrong.
Yeah, they're treading nothing new in territory, but
yeah,
but pretty fun, just action movie, Aiden, you have anything else to say?
No.
We have our final
Action.
film.
It was action movie. That's what it was.
Anything
All
else?
right, Uri, can we tell you the tale of Stabbin Cabin?
Yeah, tell me the tale about Stabbin Cabin.
So we wanted to. So
I want to tell the story of how I got it first.
Please, yeah.
So I recently have been starting doing the DVD collecting, trying to like build my physical collection. So one day my mom was like to me, "Hey, I have this friend and she's about to donate all her DVDs to the library. Do you want to look through them and pick some out to add to your collection?" So I look through them, and I pick out the ones I want. But there's one film on there that I'm gonna grab I'll grab the box real quick.
God, how much fucking noise is he making?
All of the noise. Every noise.
Okay, I'm back.
Are you?
So I'm looking through these things, and I randomly see one that's called Stabbin Cabin. His sexual history has come back to bite him.
So that's very intriguing. Automatically.
Yeah, and it also is
Just look at it.
why this is like a Photoshop poster for like Celsius Oscars. So I'm wondering, why is this on DVD? So randomly I'm like,
so that's the movie
I want to watch this.
This is the movie he decides to put on, but I look it up before I put it in because it's curiousing me now. And it's 15 minutes long. So we say this is the intermission film, but now I'm more confused how this wound up on DVD. Why is it a 15-minute short film on DVD, and why does it look that? So then we watch the movie. Uri, this almost is porn. It's almost porn.
You guys just watch porn together?
We thought my mom's friend had given me porn.
We thought it almost was. So basically, it's a zombie apocalypse, and this guy's in a cabin, and he doesn't do any stabbing. In fact, no stabbing happens.
Guns.
But every girl that he's ever had sex with shows up at the cabin, and it turns out zombies go to the people that treated them wrongly in their past life. So now they're all there to kill him, and he says, well, what's the use of being in a world without women? By the way, Uri, every line of dialogue is told directly to the camera.
In a thick Australian accent.
In a thick Australian accent, despite the fact that this movie was filmed and produced in
Like
Burbank.
it to be without women. I might as well kill myself, mate.
Pretty much like that. Yeah, so then he gets eaten by all the women and dies. It's just baffling how the whole thing is baffling.
So this sends us down a rabbit hole of trying to figure out what the fuck Stabbin Cabin is.
Where did it come
So
from?
we try to log it on Letterboxd.
DVD.
So we try to log it on Letterboxd. It's not on Letterboxd, which immediately is like every single film I've ever tried to log that isn't one I've made is on Letterboxd. So it's really weird. So we Google it. And we find this guy, Carl Hunter, the star. He's married with a wife and child. So we find his Facebook.
Did you contact him?
And then we try to find...
So by the way, this short film does exist on IMDB. So at the very least, it exists there.
I looked it up, and I looked up, and there's just like a music video called Stabbin'.
Yeah, but that's not it. That's not it. Stabbin' Cabin is apparently a very popular name for low budget horror.
Yeah.
But none of the people that worked on this movie have like any big acting credit. Like some of the women that are in this movie have pictures on IMDb and are in a couple of things.
Okay, there was one producer who made a random World War I horror film.
Random producer, guy that wrote the movie.
Okay, yeah, the writer of the movie.
The writer of the movie made 2 feature-length films with Lionsgate, called The Ghostmaker and War Hunt. We watched the trailers for these movies. They look awful.
No, Aiden, I can imagine War Hunt being an Oscar-nominated success.
No, War Hunt is about Nazis and crows and the curse. And World War II,
and this guy's like a
zombies.
Weirdly, it looks like a CGI eye patch. It's so weird. Like there's like this random character with an eye patch, and it just looks so fake. I don't know. How do you mess up putting an eye patch on someone?
I don't know. This movie it seems very interesting. Just this guy.
And then the Ghostmaker is about a grave that kills you, and your spirit leaves your body. But then it just brings you back to life, and then they get addicted to killing themselves.
Yeah.
So we look into all like the filmography of this.
Yeah.
And we find out it was submitted to like
Georgia?
some film festival. Yeah, the Georgia Film Festival in 2011.
Yeah.
When it came out.
Yeah.
When it came out, we find the publisher of the film. We find out that there's been other movies made with these low budget horror movies. We find this like
random ass website that
sells horror merch.
Yeah, it has horror merch, but also has one of the other films that this guy made on there, but not the other one. So Beck, did you ever get a reply to your thing?
I did. So
you did?
I asked. Wait.
Did you
okay
talk to Hunter?
No, so
no, this is the one I've already sent you.
Yeah, on one of our Instagram, on one of the Instagrams of that one website that was selling DVDs, we replied to them post from like 7 years ago, whether or not they
I didn't get a response to that. No,
that's upsetting.
But we did ask them if they knew how to get another copy of Stabbin' Cabin.
Yeah, but we were really interested now. How did this DVD come to Beck? How did he get this DVD?
How did
So
your
he
mom's
reaches-
friend get this DVD?
So I text my mom at 10:51 p.m. Can you please ask person how she got a DVD called Stabbin' Cabin? Because I can't find it anywhere online. And later, when I'm talking to my mom, she's like, she was so worried that it was porn. And that's why I was asking about it. So eventually she texts her friend and says, yeah, one of our Christian friends, oh no, one of Christian's friends at UCLA Film School made that. Our friend Scott Savatos.
I love how
Yeah.
the
Is the writer
connotation
of the
changes
movie.
from one of our Christian friends to one of Christian's friends.
Yeah, I misread it the first time. So the friend of my mom, okay, so my mom has a friend, and that friend's son is friends with the writer of Stabbin' Cabin.
What?
And that's why we have the DVD of it.
So, Beck,
Yeah.
I'm like 5 degrees separated from the guy who made Stabbin' Cabin.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally. So
Hey, I mean, Uri, despite even if Beck wasn't involved, you were still like 8 steps away.
Yeah.
yeah.
God. We gotta
Um,
get this guy on the podcast about how he wrote Stabbin' Cabin.
Uri, we gotta get you to watch Stabbin' Cabin.
we do need to rewatch this as as the Celsius pod.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time anyone in the world might
And
see
we
this
also
movie.
need to remake it. So if we need cast 8 hot women to act like zombies.
And
Just
if we could
reach
get
out to us.
if we could get Scott back, maybe Carl back, that'd be great.
Get car.
Honestly, let's
Let's make it a feature-length film.
let's get
hour and
Christian
a
in on
half.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is Stabbin' Cabin. Probably
Yeah, so-
And that's
We
the
need to try to
the
get it
recommendation.
on-
smallest film I've ever had on DVD.
So we gotta
I
try to get it
cannot
on
find another
Letterboxd now.
copy of this.
Beck, you gotta
No,
upload
it-
a copy online from.
I do. We legitimately do. This is lost media right now.
Hey, great news, Beck. I have this thing, which I think should let us do it.
Nice.
We could copy it.
We
To
recommend
other
We
people.
can
Stabbin'
get so
Cabin
many
if you can
views
get it.
when we.
Read the shit out of this 15-minute short film from 2011.
We're gonna make a bank off Scott Savatos's work.
Sorry, guy.
Sorry, Scott and Christian and Beck's mom's friend.
Yeah.
You've been fucked by
Um,
the Celsius pod. Always use Celsius. Watch Stabbin' Cabin if you
Your
can
sexual
find it.
history is coming back to bite you.
If you can
Oh, yeah.
find it, the Celsius pod will always come to back you. Always use Celsius. Always kill your parents. Goodbye.
Bye.